Hey, beautiful people. Happy Easter, everybody. And like the French will say, Joyeuse Pâques. And of course, welcome to my channel, Being a Carer with me, Kiss. Now, what better time to treat, or should I say, discuss the topic I have to discuss today than now when we are celebrating the resurrection of our dear Lord Jesus Christ. Okay, in this video, I will be talking about how to build your confidence in the workplace. Now, you do not have to be a carer, you could be anybody in any profession, and you have issues with your confidence. Now, this video is for you. But before we get to the nitty-gritty on how to build your confidence, what is confidence exactly? Now, confidence simply means feeling sure of yourself and your abilities, not in an arrogant way, but in a realistic and, secure way. So what are those things we need to do to build our confidence? I will be discussing those in a minute. But in the meantime, I know you all are itching to get back to your partying, to your whining with friends and loved ones. But I implore you to give me your ears as I explain these things to you. Because whether we like it or not, we need confidence to operate excellently at the workplace. We need it to give our best. We need it if we want to aim for the very top. So stick with me and trust me, you will not regret this. My name is Kesiena Akwara Atie, a health and social care trainer. To all of you, my old and new returning subscribers, you guys are amazing. I love you all with all of my heart. And of course, my awesome mentees, you guys are so loved, okay? And hey, if you're just watching this channel for the first time, come on now, subscribe onto this channel. Trust me, you will love and you will not regret it, okay? And do click on that all important notification bell so whenever I upload a video, you'll be among the very first to know. And of course, give me a thumbs up, like the video, okay? Also, follow my Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, Care by Kes. And as always, I'll see you there. So let's get into today's video. The number one thing you need to build your confidence is passion. They say a man's passion makes way for him. The good book also says that if you see a man diligent in his ways, he will stand before who? Before kings and not before men. So have a passion for what you do, okay? I know sometimes your passion does not immediately translate to financial gains, but trust me, it will do in the very end, all right? Now, after your passion comes what? Comes your knowledge of the job that you are doing. You must understand the job that you are doing and the laws or legislations that govern it. It is very important. Now, when you have a good mastery of the knowledge of the job you do and the legislations that governs it, what happens? Your confidence is built up. Okay? You know your rights. And nobody can come and toss you about like a salad, if you get what I mean. Now, it is very important because in the UK here, each profession has its attendant laws and legislation, and it's important in whatever field you're operating in, you know what legislation governs it. It's very important. Now, the next I'm going to come here is 3. Number 3A. I like to put A for this one. You need experience. When you have done a job for a while, your confidence builds up. Why? Because you have your antecedents speaking for you that you know exactly what you are doing, regardless of what anybody says, if that makes sense. Now, when you have experience, of course, the B part of that is you will know your worth. You know your value, if that makes sense. You know what you are bringing to the table. And nobody at that point can mess you about because your antecedents speak for you. Results don't lie. So when you have the experience, of course, it builds your self-worth. It helps you to know who you are and what you are capable of, if that makes any sense. Now, moving forward, you want to watch your association. Who are those you mix with? Who are those that inspire you? Who are those that you look up to? Remember also what the good book says, that iron sharpeneth iron. So who is sharpening you? Or who are you being sharpened by? Because whether we like it or not, there are people who are attached to our rising. I know you're wondering what the heck is Kes talking about. That is the honest truth. There are people who you might never meet, who you do not even know, that are looking to you. And then when you succeed, they too are inspired to succeed, to excel. So please work on that. Know who you are. Know what you're bringing to the table. Of course, when you go into a place, like I always tell people, make an impact. So when you decide to leave, they know they are going to miss, they're going to be a big hole rather, that they have to get somebody who's as competent or better to fill up, if that makes any sense. And then the next thing we're going to be looking at is training. It is important that as you do a job, go for training. It doesn't matter how many times you go for the training. As long as you're learning something new, please go for it. Do self-development courses. If your employer is willing to pay, happy days. But if they are not, hello, you are doing it for yourself. It is you that counts at the end of the day. Pay for it, develop it, and get that certification. Because in the UK, certification is very important, and experience as well. Okay. Now, the other day I had some, my colleagues coming to the workplace, to my training session or so like that. And then we're talking. And one said to me, oh, I'm moving on to become a manager. Another one said, I'm moving into teaching. And these people, these dear colleagues of mine, are in their 50s. Yeah, they are in their 50s. And I was so impressed, I was just applauding both of them. And they said to but Kes, once you told us, when I was here the last training, which was last year, I said to her, listen, you are good at what you do, obviously from how you talk. Because that's how I get to know them. Those who are very good and those who are not so good, from the way they talk. And I said, listen, it is a crime that you take all these talents with you. You're keeping it there with you. Move up so you can inspire people. Show them the right things to do. Show them how the job is done. And so she said, so she took my word and now she's moving on. And the other gentleman as well said the same thing. Honestly, I was close to tears. I was deeply humbled by their words. So what am I saying? If you are one of those out there, who you have worked so hard, you have trained people. When there's a new person in the office, like those of you healthcare assistants who work in hospitals, when the new nurse comes in or a new member of staff comes in, they say, oh, go to Jane. She's going to show you the ropes and all of that. You are doing that. They are excelling. They are your superiors, but you are still down there. I am here today to rekindle your fire. Move up. Get certification and do something about it. Don't just stay there be training people. No, get certification for it. Do something positive, if that makes any sense. And then the icing on the cake is, when you have done all those training, apply it to the job. When you apply what you have learned to your job, it also builds your confidence. Oh, trust me, I know that for a fact. When I started training, I was like, oh my gosh, am I going to do well at this? But there again, I remember that I used to be a teacher. And oh, all my students loved me. And I went over and beyond what I should be doing. So, what does confidence gives you? It makes you go over and beyond what you're expected to do. Confidence makes you think out of the box. And these days, that's what employers love. Not the ones, though, who have a complex. The ones who have a progressive mind. Does that make any sense? So, thank you for listening to me. I know you are itching to get back to your party. So go on there and always remember this, that no matter what the matter is, you, my darlings, you all matter so much more. Au revoir.